An off-duty Cape Coral police officer accused of being drunk when she crashed her car into a home is now out of the hospital, but she hasn't been arrested. Investigators say Emily Zivoloski's blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit.
NBC2's Brittany Weiner learned Officer Zivoloski has been in trouble with the department before.
Well, Zivoloski was rushed to the hospital with serious life-threatening injuries after she plowed her car through this home here off Nicholas Parkway. Now, the homeowners tell me that she was just released from the hospital yesterday, almost 2 weeks after this crash happened, and now they're waiting to see if she'll face any charges.
We heard a very loud crash, and I immediately jumped out of bed, ran to the front door.
NBC2 spoke with Barbara Platt shortly after a drunk driver crashed straight into her home.
She couldn't stand up.
That driver, 33-year-old Emily Zivoloski, a Cape police officer. She was rushed to the hospital where police say they found her blood alcohol content was 3 times the legal limit. However, almost 2 weeks have gone by and still no arrest.
A lot of people think maybe she's being treated differently because she is a police officer. Is that the case here?
Well, maybe so. We don't see it. Typically, our clients that are in the same situation get a notice to appear when there are serious injuries involved, and that can happen anywhere from a week to 3 months after the accident.
Criminal defense attorney Scott Morey says if a person is seriously injured and unable to take a sobriety test, he says doctors and nurses are protected to give law enforcement medical information. But police need to wait to subpoena medical records.
It's a situation that will result in what I call a notice to appear, which means she would not actually be placed in handcuffs, but be given a court date.
NBC2 went through Zivoloski's 600-page plus personnel file. In nearly 10 years on the job, she was written up several times for violating policy, but nowhere in that file did we find any issue with drugs or alcohol. And Zivoloski was off duty when she crashed into this home, and she was not driving a police car. Reporting live in Cape Coral, Brittany Weiner, NBC2.
Cape Coral. It's been almost 2 weeks since a Cape Coral police officer crashed her car into the front of a home, and still no arrest. Police say 33-year-old Emily Zivoloski was 3 times the legal limit when she crashed into a home on Nicholas Parkway. Zivoloski was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries and unable to take a sobriety test at the scene. Police said they have not made any arrests because the crash is still under investigation. Typically, our clients in the same situation get a notice to appear when there are serious injuries involved, and that can take anywhere from a week to 3 months after an accident, said criminal defense attorney Scott Morey. Morey said medical personnel are protected to give law enforcement medical information, but police need to wait to subpoena medical records. It's a situation that will result in what I call notice to appear, which means she will not actually be placed in handcuffs, Morey said. NBC2 went through Zivoloski's more than 600-page personnel file. In nearly 10 years, she was written up several times for violating policy, but never for anything related to drugs or alcohol. Zivoloski was off duty when she crashed and was not in a police car. She remains on paid administrative leave while the investigation continues.